Hello and welcome to Michelle Bowden TV, where you need to be if you want to hear the word yes more often in your life. Unbelievably, it's 6 months since you started receiving these refresher episodes from me to help you to remember your presentation skills training that we did together. So how are things going? I mean, really, let's be honest with each other, shall we? How are you really going? Are you pleased with the way that you're handling presentations and workplace communications? Is there anything that you need to get better at? Are you being mindful and using the skills that you now know, or are you flying by the seat of your pants in many of your workplace conversations and meetings? Remember, my Michelle Bowden Enterprises research found that only 28% of people went back to their desk after the most recent presentation and did anything with the information that they had heard. So let's make sure that a whole lot more people listen and act after you've had something to say in your workplace meetings. Please, will you make sure that if things are going well or even not so well, that I'm here for a resource for you, and I'm always very, very happy to hear from you and to help you and to guide you to greater success. My personal email address is michelle@michellebowden.com.au. So let's get to business. This refresher email is super helpful for you today. I'm going to remind you how to ask for questions. As a presenter, you know our role is to assist the audience to be relaxed, engaged, attentive throughout the presentation. We're not really trying to disrupt them or create unrest. And I'm sure that you've probably been to some Q&A sessions that were either incredibly frustrating or a dreadful bore. The truth is that there is a real art to both asking for and then answering questions. So let's look today at how you might ask for questions in your meetings and presentations. You might remember that there's actually a reason why people don't typically respond very well to you when you ask any questions. It's because the search field is too large for the reticular activating system, and they can't think of anything decent to ask because their brain is spinning out. If you were looking for some specific information on the World Wide Web, you would need to type in the best keywords for that search. And look, the same goes for eliciting questions from your audience. We need to embed search hooks or enter those keywords for the reticular activating system so that it can find a better response. Now, you might actually remember that there's a script to help you with this in your presentations. It goes like this. It goes, I'm interested in your questions. For example, you may have a question about X or Y or maybe even Z. What questions do you have? Who would like to start? When you use this technique, you're going to reduce those weird silences, you'll maintain the flow of your information, and you'll also increase the chance of them asking you the exact question that you'd like to answer. How excellent is that? Just remember that the Q&A goes before the consequences and the closing statement, not at the end of your presentation, because you want to end with the final word. Try this because it's really great and it definitely works. Awesome. So now that you remember learning this with me, it's time for you to take some action. Remember, if you don't make a plan, then you won't use it and you'll lose it. So please do make a plan to give it a go in the next week or so in one of your presentations. And do please jump into the comments below and have a brag about some of your success stories. I'd love you for it. Until next time, happy presenting.